I'm muted. I'm over here muted, talking to myself, hoping that somebody shows up because it's been such a long time. It's been so long since we have been live, actually live. Um, y'all let me know whoever's in here now if I'm buffering or if I'm slow. Promise me you'll do that so that we can switch if need be. Originally, I was set for 4. Then I had to change it for 5. StreamYard was like, there's heavy traffic. There's heavy traffic. There's heavy traffic. Where's the traffic? Sir, ma'am, whoever's in charge, where is the traffic? I said I would be here at a specific time. It is not my fault today. Normally it is, but it is not. Hey, girl. Hey, Nay. Hey, FAMU. What's good? How are you? We're going to just see if other people happen to join us. If not, stay with me and talk with me um about Ready to Love. Listen, just so we could just do some housekeeping. I didn't do my own review this week. I did it with Darlinda Tracy on Darlinda Tracy TV. Hey D girl. So y'all go over and check it out. Hey Wendell. Go and check it out. She was here in California. And oh look, I got a haircut and had to whip my hair for the curls a little bit. So go check our little quick 15, 17-minute review. I think I'm going to try and start doing my reviews like that. I mean, it was quick, simple, and easy. And it was only so short because we had just got off of a live with Jack and Glenn and Chloe Johnson. Y'all, how is my internet doing? Because I'm looking over on the side over here, and I got like 1 bar. Hey, Firstborn Rights. I got 1. Hey, Lyrics Mom. Hey, Miss C girl. I'm glad y'all falling in. I'm so glad to see you so that we can have a conversation. Y'all know how we do here. I know that I think Miss C saw the review with Darlinda. So I mean, check it out. Check it out. When she comes next time, we'll do it again, and we'll probably have a little more time to chit chat. So I mean, listen, you like long reviews. I see you like Lyrics Mom's long reviews. So oh no, sorry, that's me that you like. That's both. Oh, listen, let me not read the chat, because if I read the chat, then I get all confused. Hey, Mona. Hey, boo. Listen, let's just go ahead and get started. So we're talking about Ready to Love Potomac. We have not done a live all season long. This is going to be our first one. Y'all got y'all hair combed or not? Your makeup on or not? Your beards combed or not? Nobody cares, because I'm going to want your opinions. I'm going to want to share this light with you. So we're talking about the exes. The ladies. Before we even get there, let's rewind, because if we remember on episode 6, Zakia was all in the whole like, so I don't really fuck with Eric no more. I don't like him. I don't want to talk to him. It's over between us. Y'all remember that? And so we found out why, because of the high school type photo. He was behind her and everything. But she was joking. It's high school. And he was like, it don't have to be or something. And from what we understand, he groped her. And so in my mind, because they didn't give us details and specifics, he grabbed her by her boobs behind. You know what I'm saying? Like from behind. And you already behind me, right? With your genitalia on my ass. So now you want to grab my tits too? It's a bit much, sir. Like, I feel accosted. Did you ask for my permission? Hello, did I give you an invitation? Did I say that it was okay for you to grope me in that manner? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. And then he gives that line of I'm gonna eliminate myself because I need to go do some work and I'm not ready to love. Yeah. I think most of us kind of figured that out, that you weren't really ready to love when you walked on. I mean, I got my own reasons. I feel like maybe, you're not truthful about the things that you like, and what you like is what you like. Nobody has any qualms about that. But The fact of the matter is, you never really seem to mesh your vibe really with anyone except for Carmen, and she knows your whole truth probably. Anyway, so I the text conversation after. Well, what was it? Y'all know I don't know. Y'all know I don't be knowing what happens and what goes on outside of what they show us on the TV. So tell me, and so we could talk about it, because I'm gonna actually go ahead and add the link for you to join me if you would like. Hey, Avita Boo. Hey, Jessica. Listen. Listen, accountability under duress is a bit disingenuous. What text? Right, Nate? Right, Nate? So listen, if there's anybody that wants to join me on the live, I don't care. You know, we all fly as fuck, you know. And if it's your first time on my live, let me just give you a disclaimer. I say what I want. Depending on how I feel, I might be throwing a lot of F-bombs out here, be cursing, be inappropriate. But I try and be respectful. So, you know, if it bothers you, just kind of like close your ears like this, la 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 la, when I'm cursing, because you're gonna know when it's coming, because my energy changes just a smidge. So I'm gonna drop this link in here if Lyrics Mom wants to come up and show us or tell us what texts are. If you just want to join me as I'm talking and you have something that you want to say, something that you want to share, you can stay up here the whole time, because I upgraded. Okay, I don't know how long that's gonna last, because I be on a budget. Me and my business is on a budget. Me and my life is on a budget. But I upgraded so I can have several of you on here, more than the normal 6 people or 5 people that I have. We never get to 5 people though. We never get to 5 people. Y'all be scared. I don't know what's up with that. They should have had a convo on camera like Shiloh and Phil. I don't know, that conversation with Shiloh and Phil though, Miss C, felt to me like a waste of my whole entire time. Like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? I would have liked all the details though, because I'm nosy. She called him baby same day of the incident happened, and it seemed like she told all of the other castmates before addressing him that she had an issue. Hi, Keisha, girl. I love you too. I love you too. And I'm gonna occasionally drop in the link in case y'all want to join us, because this is my review, but my real review, my quote unquote real review. Oh, my hair, y'all. I just said I had got a haircut, and my vanity is like the curls ain't curling like they supposed to, but I needed to cut it. It was long. I was gonna braid it. I was gonna do a whole lot of stuff. But I just said I'm gonna cut it and wear some wigs. I'm feeling like that. I always want to join, but I'd be nervous, girl. If you don't come on here, D, listen. And I would like to see your faces. I know some people come on and just use their voices, but I'd like to see your faces, because it makes me feel like, you know, we really friends. Like, you know, like I really know you. And then when you be commenting under the videos, I know your face. I know what you sound like. I can kind of hear what you're saying, because we've had a dialogue. Anyway, have been watching your reviews for quite some time. You're always beautiful. I love you, girl. I appreciate you. Y'all be so kind. Even when I don't feel my best, you still be like gassing me the fuck up. And I mean like filling my tank, not like gaslighting, but like filling my tank when I say gas me up. Just so, hey, Jack and Glenn, which one is that? Is that Jackie or is that Glenn? Do y'all be coming over and watching us do Married at First Sight on Sundays at 12 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. EST? Y'all know I got a smidge of ADHD, so I be like all over the place, but y'all be following me. You're not late, girl, Sharon. We just started, okay? Hey, 2 L's, as they call you, because you know I used to like to see LL, but you changed it to 2 L's. So yes, Virgo sis is in the house. We together, you and me. Okay, so like I said, it's the episode of the exes. Now I don't know how y'all feel about your new boo meeting your ex boo. Listen, if it's by happenstance, my ex boo meeting my new boo is cool. Like, but I'm not. First off, I'm not friends with the majority of my exes. Like, you know, every now and again they be like, "Hey, how you doing? I just was checking on you." You know, that temperature check to see if I'm foolish enough to fool with them again. But we're not like friends. I don't think that I personally, if I was on the show, would have someone that I could call as an ex, right? I can't say that I'm gonna call one of my exes and that they're gonna come and they're gonna talk to an ex. My current booze might be able to sit to have a conversation because they, want to talk to one another, want to meet each other. But an ex, I don't have none. I don't have nobody. When I say nobody, not nobody that I would say I would want to call in to come and talk to my new potential. They're gonna throw me all the way under the fucking bus. Like they're gonna be like, it's her fault, it's her. And it might be. I got some accountability, but it ain't always me. Sometimes it be them. Sometimes it be, you don't like, okay, well, what term you like to use? Nay, she said, I don't even like using the term ex. I don't claim none of it. Oh, baby. Okay. Listen. Oh, look at Keisha. I'm gonna put this up because, like, when I say she be hyping me up, y'all don't know she be hyping me up. Y'all be hyping me up, really though. Look at that. It's your confidence, energy, positive outlook, and femininity that make you so beautiful. That femininity, that's taking me over. You know how much I work on that. Y'all know how we talk about that. You know how I had told y'all about how my friend Mona, who's in the chat, was like, when do you get to operating your defined femininity? When do you get to relax? And I think she said that to me maybe about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And I am really like conscious of it. And when I say that, I mean because I'm a boss all the time. Like, I'm the head of my household. I'm a single mother. I got my own business. And then you at work and you have to stand firm. Y'all tell me, what does my broadcast look like? Are we going slow? Look, we got somebody coming in. Let me hide the current comment and bring the voice in. That's what I call it. I call it the voice. Hello, Wendell. That is the voice. Y'all hear the voice? Hey, August Love Story. I'm sure that you Artika on there. She be on the lives on Sundays on Jack and Glenn's channel as well. Hey, how are you today, sir?
I am good. How are you?
Listen to the voice. I'm doing well. I really like his voice, y'all. So don't mind me if I get to grinning and shit over here because he has a really good voice. He's an attractive man. Okay. So how do you feel about could your ex meet your next? Would you be able, if you hypothetically were sitting in the show, would you have someone to invite? And how would you feel about that?
Yeah. I think that I could. My former spouse and I have an amicable relationship. When our relationship transitioned, we consciously made the decision to want the best for each other. I want to see her win. She wants to see me win. And, neither one of us is so full of ego and hubris to think that, each other's happiness is solely contingent upon the other.
Y'all grown. Y'all adults.
Yeah. We trying to do the grown thing.
That's nice because I don't want it. I don't like that. No, I don't have no. They'd be like, Talisa, you can't be on camera today. I'd be like, that's okay because I don't have nobody. I also think that it's unfair that the men next week get introduced to the best friend. So I also think that that's unfair because your best friends, know your truths and also know your lives and know how to that's hilarious. You're feminine with Adventure Bay. Know how to, they know how to make you sound nice with the fluff. So since you here, listen, y'all, I'm gonna put the link again in here. I put it one time, I put it another time because now, since Wendell's on camera, we're gonna just
let's chop it up. Let's talk.
Yeah, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about it. So I got my notes, y'all. So I saw your comment about Eric and Zakia about can you tell us what you said again? What you say, disingenuous? You need me to bring it back up? I'll bring it back up.
Yeah, I said accountability under duress is a bit disingenuous.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like he wasn't all the way truthful?
Well, I think that he has, because of his, for his relationship with Carmen that is already established, they've had opportunity to get together and haven't. And now that they're on the show, it comes across as though they are like in each other's pocket. Like he has her in his pocket to save face if he doesn't get selected by whom he was actually pursuing. And then, of course, Carmen is very bodacious about herself.
Listen,
And
you're so nice. You're so nice.
and so,
Nice.
she has made the statement that if I want him, I can have him. And I don't think that he would push back too much because they have a business relationship. So if it came down to it, she could potentially leverage that.
I would agree. I would agree. I feel like he from the beginning there was something about him that just didn't jive for me. Now I got my own opinion. I think that, and of course y'all can be mad at me, don't be mad at me, agree with me, don't agree with me, but do it all in the comments or come on here live and agree with me or not. I think that he's not being his full self. And that's me being nice about maybe what he likes, right? Maybe he's fluid, maybe he's pansexual, and all of those things to me are fine. But I feel like there's deception. To me, I don't feel like he's really vested wholly in the process, number one. And then maybe the ladies that are there, and Zakia is a safety net. Like, this is what I know. This is who I'm comfortable with. Not Zakia, Carmen.
I think that he did actually like Zakia, and he got too familiar. And she strikes me as a very she has a very corporate face.
Corporate, very stoic, very all
stoic,
business, all business in the front, maybe party in the back, and maybe that's why he
and that was even remarked on by Clifton in a previous episode, that she doesn't seem like she has fun. So I think that face that she presents is kind of it makes it harder for her to be read. And he strikes me as someone who needs that type of immediate feedback. And she seems like she can be very reserved with giving, what it is that he might need. So,
that's not fair, because I feel like I'm very reserved when people meet me for the first time.
But you ain't on the show.
Yeah, but listen, I could have been. And if
you could have, but you're not.
But if we're relating it to real life, which is what I like to do, I like to insert real life situations and use myself as an example, because that's all I know. I come on very reserved. People think that and I am, for the most part, very reserved, but I'm fun. And you don't know that until I get to know you. Like, I'm not going to give you everything in the first 15 minutes that we know each other. I have to get to know you and feel your safe place, a safe space, and that I can trust you in order for me to really let loose. So, I mean, even when she quote unquote let loose with Clifton with the oyster down her throat, which felt like it went too fast because she seemed like So even with that, it felt like she was forcing it. Like, I'm just doing it because I need to open up and show another side of me. So I don't know. Yes, I would agree. High vibe. Zakia is extremely classy, and I have to get to know you in order to really. I bet you she has a fun party side. I bet you that it's there. We just have, maybe we'll get to see it. But she's all very much so packaged.
But what week are we in?
6. We're in week 6.
And how long do we have left? Especially when it comes to establishing a connection and then deepening it to the point where it could be, reciprocated, and you could be chosen. Listen, she might be slow dragging.
None of these people ever deepen their connections. None of these people, and none of the previous seasons, except for Mario and Reba, have ever deepened deepened their connection. It's all very shallow maybe they're having phone conversations, because phone conversations do go a very long way. Maybe they're having phone conversations. Maybe they're seeing each other outside, but I really feel like none of them really deepen their connection until after. It's all except for this season, I feel like Joy, it's all just a facade for me. It's just I'm here to be on the television screen. You can see me, and then you can follow me on Instagram, on social media, and then you can have my services. Like Joy is the only person that has felt genuine to me.
She's made her selection. I mean, even now with Zakia, you know, saying that Clifton is also a connection for her. But come on, they may have a connection, but I don't see her as being his choice. And so Zakia has sent home the person who, she was instrumental in the person that she had the potential for a connection with going home, and thus leaves herself open because she doesn't really have a lot of other strong connections. I mean, even at the end of the show, you know, she was talking about, Tori, you're looking kind of sexy now, but
now she's
that didn't come across as authentic to me.
Yeah, so now we're grasping straws, sort of like Precious at the end, and Tori, he's grasping straws. He's constantly he keeps showing.
He'll be the next one to go. He'll be the next guy to go.
So somebody just asked, and as a man, I want your opinion. Someone asked, does she appear to be 39 to you?
Hell if I know.
From looking like we can, as a dude, you don't be like, oh, she lying about her age. You don't think about that. But then you know, like I said, you've already shown that you got some growth happening to the people. All the red sunshine is like, this is a grown ass man on here talking about some, I didn't forgot already.
Don't forget me, man. I got something in my eye, and this light that I have on my face is just making it bad. So
do you need a moment? Do you need to turn what? Let me see if it turns off.
Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna
you just go on off screen and you come on back, get yourself together, because we want to hear your opinion. Okay. I refuse to believe I'm older than Zakia and Ace. Really? I'm 45. I feel like I look 45. I feel like Zakia is in my age range. I feel like she might be 40-ish, in the 40s. Maybe she's set at 39 and she's turning 40 for her birthday. I'm not sure. But for me, as a woman looking at another woman, and a woman who seems to be very healthy and fit and into like her appearance, I feel like maybe she might be just a little older than what she's saying. What y'all saying? The show needs a leaderboard like March Madness. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, the ARP application has been mailed. Y'all need to knock it off. But I'm not necessarily disagreeing with y'all. Okay. Nate says she's adding 7 years. Hey, Marvina girl. Okay, so the first person that we saw with the exes was Joy. Now, Sean, Joy's ex, for me, I liked him the best. Not necessarily attractive wise, but I thought what was attractive was the fact that he knew how to articulate himself and ask questions and knew how to have a conversation with the men. And the two men that she had come have conversations were Laverne. If I'm wrong, y'all, let me know, because I'm only glancing at my notes to see who the people are. Were Laverne, who arrived first, and Clifton, who arrived second. Clifton for me was a big disappointment. Laverne is just doing the same thing he's been doing, being very shallow and superficial. You know what I mean? Not having any depth. I honestly know the same thing I know about Laverne from the beginning that I do in this point, which is he was a bodybuilder and he thinks he's fine and he's God's gift to women. Those are, and I'm not even gonna say to women, God's gift to people. So I'm not going to even say I know anything else about him other than that he has a beautiful smile. And I'm going to stop right there. And for me, Clifton was a big disappointment the way he came in. Like, I don't want to meet nobody's ex. Well, now you didn't watch the show. The show done aired 5 previous times. Only the first season did not have exes on there because it was only the 3 men. But the fact of the matter is, you watch the show, and every season there's some kind of X factor happening. And for you to come in and say, I don't see the point of it. I'm not going, I don't like it. It's the jealousy of it for me was a problem. And I think that's his own insecurities. But then he hit us with, when the friend said, or the ex Jason, let's call him by his name. Jason told him he needed therapy. He was like, I've been in therapy. Then you are probably, I'm not going to discount that, but you're not talking about why you get jealous or why it's an issue for you to meet someone's ex. And what did he say? What's the phrase that people say? The shoulder.
Oh, he said the shoulder that you cry on could end up being the dick that you lay on.
There you go. There you go. Look at your memory. You ain't got no notes over there. You got a whole notebook like me?
Nah, it's just me.
Where your notebook? Where your YouTube channel at? So tell me. Tell me. What were your thoughts? How did you feel about Clifton, Sean, and Laverne? Laverne, he might as well have just been erased out of there. Like,
yeah. Laverne is that brother. He likes to win. I think Laverne is ready to win, not necessarily ready to love.
Okay.
Everything is a competition with him. Even, he was trying to quote unquote stack the deck, with Jason to say, you need to tell, Joy that, Laverne is the guy. Laverne is the man. This guy doesn't matter, when he clearly knows that Clifton is Joy's strongest connection. I don't think that Joy has given Laverne anywhere close to the kind of attention or affection that she gives to Clifton. But yet, in spite of that, Laverne is somehow trying to, get someone on his side in order to get some more points with Joy, and she's just not the one. Because even when he said, at the end of the day, when it comes time to decide who you're going to tell her to pick, I got a cash app for you if you get her to say Joy. I mean, to get her to say Laverne, and she was like, it don't matter what he says. I'm gonna make my own decision. Her decision has been made from episode 1.
Yeah, I would say one and a half. After that brunch, she was sold on Clifton and everything about him. Hands down, everybody can see it. That's where her attention is. I think the only reason she had him come is because maybe she felt like she needed 2 people. I don't know, because we've seen
they did have a little bit of a spark at that pottery,
at the pottery thing. Yes, and I was gonna say that their only connection is the fact that they have like playful energy, right? Not is that the right thing? Yeah, they have in that but that's not going to be all the time. Can I have a real conversation with you? Can we talk seriously? Are you going to be vulnerable with me? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be able to support me? How are you going to feel when I'm out on the road singing? All of those things, I don't think we've seen him talk about at all.
He is going to be that friend zone, that dude in the friend zone. They are going to be platonic and playful. I do not see them ever being romantic, because her romantic attention has already been given to Clifton. So Laverne he's really actually kind of playing himself, trying to pursue Joy. You never want to be that guy,
Yeah, and it really is. He really trying to pursue Joy, or is he just trying to secure his bag so that somebody can? What is his profession? Is he a personal trainer?
I know that he's a bodybuilder from Gary. Isn't that where he was saying that like he's from the same city as Michael Jackson or something? So
yes, Gary, Indiana. Look at you. You have no notes over there, huh? You don't take no notes. Do you be at home recording by yourself? Like, I didn't even. I remember it, but don't remember it. Like, as soon as the episode is over, I'm all like, I'm gonna record it, and it's out. It's his information that I'm not gonna keep. But you also appear to be very bright, so there's that. Yeah. Right. So like my memory is not there though. So let me see. Did it I put her thing up so I could read it aloud. Laverne types are the one to win over the fam and the friends, all the way. Oh, that's the second person that said he gives the abuser vibes. He don't have that crazy in the eye to me. Like there's a look. As a woman that has had many experiences and have seen many experiences, there's a look in a man's eyes when you know that there is like something off about them that you have to learn how to catch. And I don't know if I see that yet. I think that he's still a fuckboy and that he just wants to have a good time with whoever's willing to have a good time.
Yeah, and even that was evidenced in the last episode where he was trying to give the guys advice about being real with the women, and he's over here. He's just playing to win. This is a game to him. He wants to make it to the end, not necessarily find someone to love.
Right.
That's been his whole demeanor, you know.
So since you asked that, Troy does look off. Tory. I call him Troy too, Mona. Tory does look like he might be a little crazy, but I'm gonna come back. We're gonna get to him in a second. But since we talked about people, like I said, I think Joy is really looking for love. I think that that's all I said. What about I think Laverne is superficial and just having fun. We agreed on that. What do you feel about Clifton? Do you think that he actually wants a match? He's been married 3 damn times.
Well, he's been married twice, divorced twice.
Oh, you sure it wasn't 3? This will be 3. This will be number 3.
Well, when he was asked, "Are you getting married again?" and this was on his other date with Zakia, and that's when he said that he was married twice and that he's open to it, but this time it'd have to be slow.
Do I write that down in my notes? Not that I don't believe you or anything, but I just want to see if I wrote that down in my notes. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because we've moved kind of far from where I had it. I don't want you to have to look any further. If you would like to join Wendell and I and have a conversation about Ready to Love, I think
that he is wanting something. I think he genuinely wants something, and he's made his intentions clear with Joy. That is who he actually wants. So I think that for the right woman, and he's deeming her to be the right woman, that he's willing to profess and kind of go in.
He gives me the vibe of wanting to be in a relationship, like really.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm going to say this very loosely. Anybody for me willing to get married twice after the first time was a fail. I always feel like anybody willing to get married twice. After the first time was a fail. You hear me, Jada? He'll be back. So anybody I feel like that's willing to do it twice and then say they want to do it again. Listen, it's a thing. It's a thing. It might be a thing. He might really just needed to do whatever work he was doing in order to get, to be better for the relationship that he wants. There we go. Straight up.
Hey.
Straight up, y'all. Now I got 2 attractive men on the screen. Y'all see that? Both of them well-versed in Ready to Love. So before we go to the next thing, Jada, what you got to say about the last couple stuff? Oh, wait, before I go any further, he does have a YouTube channel. Most of y'all know that already because y'all rock with us. Go ahead and follow him, subscribe, like. It's a whole different vibe over there. I be over here trying to be, politically correct, trying to say the right stuff. He don't be saying them. He say whatever, and you get to say whatever too. So there's that.
That's the perfect introduction to Lisa, because that's my motto of my channel. Say what you say. And I definitely don't do the politically correct. And I'm the #1 commenter, so I love the comments. So, and also today is a milestone. I just hit 3,000 subscribers.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, y'all better get your friends over here on my YouTube channel. I've been doing this for a while. This dude said he's been doing it for 2 months or something. Okay, maybe a little longer than that. He just said he hit 3,000. What is y'all doing? Why y'all not telling your friends? Like, I'm gonna have to get myself together. It's me, not y'all. It's me. I need to do more. It's me. Okay, Jada, what's up? Tell me what you have going on. What do you think about the things we just talked about? Number one, we're going to backtrack just a little bit for you. And I want to know your feelings on Eric, on the whole situation with Eric and Zakia.
With Eric and Zakia, I thought Eric kind of probably played a little too good along, because I noticed even when Carmen told him to touch up on him and he got dramatic and touched her, and to me, Eric he's playing a part, and I'm thinking he went a little too far with Zakia when she's talking about prom picture. You don't want prom picture, I got something else for you. But that's like a mind of let's say a teenager or a juvenile, when you can't balance that out. He's trying to prove a point in which directly I say it's his masculinity that's in question. So he's going to show you that he's all man.
I ain't saying he did.
I'm saying, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I ain't saying he did.
I don't apologize for none of that stuff. That's how I feel, and if people disagree with me, that's okay too.
That's okay too.
Just respect me personally. Other than that, you can disagree with what I said. So I think he just went too far. And as a 44-year-old, 42, whatever 40 years, he still should have enough sense to not touch the kid improperly. That's point blank period. We're not talking about a 15-year-old. So to me, that was on him, regardless if the kid is putting that sexual energy out there or inviting him. I know she didn't invite him to touch her inappropriately. That's what I do know. I wasn't there.
Yeah. She does not. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Wendell. Y'all can have the floor because I be talking all the time. Go ahead.
I was just going to agree. Regardless of the situation, you've got to have situational awareness. That's just a mark of maturity. So if you have not been invited to touch someone, he wasn't even invited to come up behind her and do the prom pose, wrap his arm around her waist, even though she kind of responded to it. And I think that she probably responded to it with a bit of what you're doing, a little bit of incredulity. But in spite of that, to then take it from that innocent type of posture to something where now you're feeling her up. Come on, dude. That's not man code. That's not a masculine frame to be in.
There it is. See, that's from the men. Now we, as women, how we feel. We're gonna say how we feel about it, and that is inappropriate. But I'm so glad that you guys would agree. But again, of course, a different frame of mind. And I'm gonna say, like Jada said, it may question. I'm not gonna say it's a question to his masculinity, but it's definitely a question to how you behave around women. So learning, like my 15-year-old is not. He ain't 15. Chatty 14. My 14-year-old is not going to walk up behind somebody and grab their breast or whatever without consent. Because I be listening to the phone conversations and I hear the things that he say. And, listen, I'm a mess over here with these boys. But I listen and I hear that he is listening to me. And as a woman, I'm instilling in him that you need to respect women and ask. The big thing is to ask so that you don't end up in a place where I have to come see you because, life is hard now. So moving along, I want to hear your thoughts about Clifton, Joy, and the ex, Jason, and what's his face? Laverne. Thank you.
Well, before I move on to Clifton, I did want to make sure we were clear on my point so it won't be misconstrued. I'm saying that to me, so in my opinion, Eric is trying to continuously prove his masculinity. And I've always thought that from the beginning. So I just wanted to make sure. I
think you said that all the
Okay. When you were saying you were saying I wasn't, I thought you were saying I wasn't saying that.
No, I was saying I was. I said let me follow up with what you're saying, as Jada would say. That's all I was saying. No, I'm in agreement. I understood. They understood, and they've been watching probably since episode 1 and know how you feel like I do. And I keep saying I'm gonna comment more, but I'll be watching on my TV. So now it's your turn.
Okay, so as far as Clifton, to me, I think Clifton really exposed those red flags. People, in my opinion, I keep saying that they've kind of downplayed Clifton's actions. I would say if that was a woman who was acting like that over blind dates, they would be looking at her like, oh, how's she so uptight or defensive, or she's got some issues. They almost embraced it, saying like, well, yeah, the big teddy bear was marking his territory, or he didn't like it and all that. I don't agree with that, because to me, he knows he's on a show, and he knows that he's going to be meeting exes. And he wasn't surprised twice. He acted the same way on both dates with Zakia. And I didn't know he was that heavily invested in Zakia. I just think he is so triggered by an ex, whether he was the cheating ex or his ex cheated on him. He has that type of reaction that's really negative. And a very unpopular opinion. Cliff is like the most wanted man on the show. I think Clifton is. I think Clifton is a red flag itself. He's 44, divorced twice. We don't know why, with him cheating or whatever you have. And he has a 3-year-old. The people I know that are 44 years old, they might have a 3-year-old grandchild, not a 3-year-old in itself. So we don't even know.
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I'm just saying.
Especially for men, that's not fair. Because I have an uncle that is, when he was 50, had a brand new baby. So that's not fair. And you have to think too, if maybe they were married when he had that baby, maybe. She have no. Listen, we all of this is speculation. Even what you're saying is it's all conjecture and what we're pulling from the air. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is we can't say that because he's 40 and he got a 3-year-old, he a red flag. He just wasn't safe. He wasn't.
In the absence of information,
it's just like how you say
to
your opinion about stuff. I that's what I believe. I believe that, because most people in their 40s are not going to want to deal with a 3-year-old, and rightfully so.
I don't really. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want no babies. That's your baby. You take care of your baby. I love your baby from here. I can help you from a distance. I understand. Yeah,
put that number together. Clifton will have a teenager when he's 60 years old.
That's all right.
So will I. So will I. I'll have.
I'm almost assume. I'm going to assume, and you shouldn't assume. I'm going to assume that you're with your wife and you plan to stay with her and raise your child at age 3. She's
my ex, but I have the kids live with me.
Okay.
I'm primarily the one responsible for raising them. Still have a good relationship, with her, but the fact remains, I'm 45 and I've got a youngin at age 3. So life circumstances are going to happen to people. How you respond to them and how you maneuver in light of those circumstances is going to be the true test. So I can't really disqualify him or question him based on the fact that he's divorced and has children or has a child. But what I will kind of agree with you on is that there are red flags, because the idea, just the concept of being in the same room with the ex of someone that you're interested in seems to be so triggering to him that he has immediately closed down. And regardless of the fact that he's gone to therapy, it's still a hot button item for him, to the point to where it's actually making him move outside of the character that Joy and Zakia and anyone else who has seen him would associate him with. So there's still work that he needs to do, and hopefully he is still doing it in his therapy. But Jason, the ex, made a shrewd observation that he's probably the guy for you, Joy, but he's got some issues. He's got some red flags. Don't make yourself so blind to those red flags because of how good you feel about him. So
how good he makes
I give Jason some kudos for having that kind of clarity of vision, clarity of sight.
Okay. So now, who we talking about? I had wrote her down because I had got them mixed up. But let's talk about Zakia. She did only have one connection, which was Clifton, and great segue because you talked about it. Jada, her boyfriend Marcus, I was like, hello, you're a little too light, but hey, hi. You're a little too lying to me, but you sure is handsome and tall, and you like you about 7 years her junior. But I'm all right with that too. Listen, my low age range, y'all, is about 36, 37, 38. I'm just saying, in case you asking. I'm 45. I'm just giving y'all that. Don't be laughing at me, Wendell, but that's what it be. Anyway, so I like that you brought up the fact that Clifton's insecurities were really loud. Specifically with Zakia, and then he went and said, I should have did this with Joy. How he was like very touchy-feely and rubbing on her, and he was like, I made him uncomfortable. Like he was proud about that. Like I'm owning, this is me. I own her. Like, listen, you don't have no papers on me, sir. Listen, I don't even like this man across from me, and you're really kind of doing too much for me and my spirit. But because she likes him, it's okay. But hold on, which makes me think about, so it's okay for the contact that she had with what's his face? Clifton, right? Because it seemed very much so like rubbing on her legs, rubbing on her hands, rubbing on her. I didn't see him ask if it was okay. I didn't see, even though different scenario, one's more childish, it's still I like you more, so I'm gonna let you in. And it's a level of maturity. I know maybe it's a little bit of a reach, but I just want you guys to think about it as I sit and play devil's advocate like I do sometimes. Like, it's still, did you ask for consent to be rubbing up on my thigh? I got on a bodycon dress with my thighs out. You rubbing on me like we is intimate already. And like, this is like, this is what I like. And for me, I thought that felt like a double standard. It should just be the same across the board, but that's just me. Anyway, as it relates to Clifton, for me, it showed that he was insecure and that he was very much so. She likes me. I'm with her. I need you to see that you can't get to her. So he does have some issues around the whole ex situation. Y'all tell me, fellas. I like that. I got the two men are on here. I'm gonna just stick it. I'm gonna just drop this link in the comments again, in case any of the ladies want to come on. You can't shoot your shot with J-Dub though. I'm sorry, but Wendell, is you available? Can they shoot their shot on?
I will not say no.
You better read his shirt, okay, before you go here. Anyway, y'all go. Then tell me what y'all thought about that. It's hot at my house. It's it's 80-something degrees in California. I just want y'all to know that I'm bragging.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say for sure that position Clifton took, it was more so of a juvenile role, and I don't think it mattered that it was the kid there. It was just the fact that he was so triggered by the ex thing that he made it clear that he wanted to show them, he wanted to see a reaction from the ex, or also to see a reaction from the kid as well. Will she flirt with him? And I'm definitely going to say that you're reaching with that double standard, because if the kid wanted him to touch her everywhere, it was up to the kid to do so.
Absolutely. I'm not, but what I'm saying is no consent was given in either.
Yeah. I mean, they have that type of rapport, and let's say they didn't, but a knee and a breast is two different things. If you're sitting in that close in contact, those are two different areas, not the same thing.
Listen,
I can see where Talisa is coming from, because harassment, there's a difference between harassment and flirting, and basically it's whether or not the woman likes to do it or not. If she don't like him, then it's going to be harassment. If she likes him, it's going to be flirting, and it probably will be reciprocated. And it seems like consent is required where interest is not necessarily always reciprocated. It seems to be implied when there's a reciprocal interest, or an interest coming from the woman to the man. She'll let things slide, like Clifton touching her knee and holding her hand without asking for permission, especially in the presence of an ex, as opposed to what Eric did to her. He didn't get that permission, and he took some liberties that she wasn't comfortable with him taking, and so that's always gonna cause an issue. But I definitely see where you're coming from, J Dub. But that's the whole thing about the subjectivity behind what is appropriate and what isn't. It's always going to be contingent on, how the woman feels. I mean, it's just, you take that into corporate America and sexual harassment training. It's all based on the perception of the person who's perceived to be the victim. So, in this case, she was the recipient of Eric's unwanted advances, but she was definitely receptive to Clifton's, advances. So yeah, it's going to depend on the woman. That's why you gotta learn her before you take certain liberties.
Jada, did you have some follow-up? Did you want to say something else?
No, I mean, yeah, I definitely understand both sides of it. And what Wendell said, it just makes perfect sense as far as the kid was open to Cliff's touches and rubs and all that. So there was no harassment there. They have that rapport. She was open to it, so it was all good. Eric, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I had put up Keisha's comment because she said, I don't mind a man who is somewhat territorial as long as he's willing to be upfront with the men he feels are stepping out of line rather than blah, 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 blah. So the reason I put it up is because I wanted to know if either of you men would consider yourself territorial. Like that's such a I a little bit because that's the word I want to use. It's not. Do you feel like, like this is mine, she's mine? You know what I mean? Like that's territorial. Like, do you feel like don't piss where I piss, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm pissing on your spot. Whatever the dogs be doing, when they come up and they sniffing and they pee over other dogs' pee. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying.
You want to go first, Wendell, because I've been going first, or you want me to
go? It doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and go. Okay. I'm not territorial from an ownership perspective. I think that there's a difference between being claimed and being owned. Everyone, especially when there's a relationship, wants to feel like they're being claimed by the person, that there's a degree of significance that you hold in the eyes of the person that you're in a relationship with, to the point where they want to publicly profess that I'm with her, she's with me. That is a different mindset from the perspective of she's mine, she belongs to me. And being territorial is saying that do not proceed past this point. Anything on the other side of this line belongs to me, and you can't own a person. It's really going to be a function of, are you choosing someone and are they choosing you? And if that mutual choice is being made, then that claiming dynamic is there, to the point where you don't have to feel like the other person is owned. You can try to own a person against their will. If they don't want to be owned, then they're going to rebel against that. So am I a territorial person? No. But am I a person who will state that I claim you, and I am being claimed by you? Absolutely. I just think that therein lies that whole bidirectional consent, and mutual investment in what it is that you got going on.
Okay, I hear you. I see you, Jada.
With me, I'm going to take the territorial stance, but of course, people with territory don't see it as a negative way. I would say I'm not extreme where I would say suffocating, but if we're in situations, I mean, it doesn't matter where, public, with your family, as your man, your significant other, as your husband, I will insert myself wherever I feel like it's needed. And I don't even ask permission to do it. But no, I don't ever come off of, let's say, in a manner of disrespect, because I put respect forward, because I I have to receive it myself. So it's not in such a way where I'm intimidating someone, but I absolutely will let someone know where my boundaries are with my wife, my woman, my significant other, and I won't be apologetic about it either. That's where I'm at.
In that regards, I definitely agree. Boundaries have to be respected, whether you are territorial or not, whether you are claiming someone versus owning someone. The whole thing. The only reason why there would be any type of retaliatory posturing is if a boundary is overstepped, if it's not respected by a would-be encroacher. So, if that's just, I think that's a key point there. Got to respect boundaries.
Well, I appreciate y'all. I don't normally have men on like this on here. J-Dub always shows up, but I don't ever get the opportunity to be asking like questions that I would ask like the ladies if they showed up. So thank you for being my guinea pigs. I appreciate y'all. Ashe. So let's talk about Ace and Devon and Donovan and was it Donovan? Donovan and
Tori and Laverne.
Yeah. You
can't Laverne. Why do I have Donovan? I must because he's from LA. I write his name on everything.
Yeah. Donovan had a few other ones.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna let y'all talk. How y'all feel about Ace? I do have one. Hold on. I was shocked, as I said in my review with Darlinda. I was shocked that Devon had said that, or Devin had said that Ace was an alpha and that she kind of like led. She doesn't come off that way, but I don't know how you would come off that way. However, I didn't see her as that, and so it was very shocking for me to see that she's an alpha. Y'all let me know what did y'all think. Ace X looked 25. He did look young. I don't know about 25, maybe like 35. But he did shit too. I liked him, it's just all right. Never mind. I digress. I got the fellas on here. If it was the ladies, I'd go a little further. Okay, so y'all tell me what y'all think about Ace and her connections. Her main connection was with Laverne. I had forgot that her and Tori even had some type of contact. That didn't show up again until the mess with Sabrina with the Truth or Dare. I had forgotten all about it. So it was very minimal to me, and it just seems like it just came up out of nowhere. So y'all give me y'all opinions on them.
Well, as far as Ace, my stance has always been that she's kind of been sliding through the process. I feel like she's a chameleon. She'll change up with the ladies, she'll change up with the guys. And I haven't seen any strong connections other than Laverne professing his love for her. She's Michelle, she's Beyonce, she's Love, she's P, she's Jill Scott, and all of that. But to me, I don't know anything about Ace. Ace is like a fan favorite, and I really don't know why. Maybe it's her aura or her
energy.
Or I don't know. But is that enough to go on? At this point, we should know a little bit more about Ace for everybody to be so in love with her.
I think it's the kindness of her, the way she approaches things. But I hear you. We should know a little. We don't know nothing about none of these people, actually.
Okay.
But keep going.
They keep changing Ace's title, her job title. Who knows what Ace is doing? I don't know.
Yeah, yoga instructor, philanthropist.
Yeah. All of that going on. So as far as an ex, she just showed up to me just like she was with Ace. To me, she was talking more so like that was a good girlfriend. She like, oh, you better give that information and all that. Like, in some places, she's barely opening her mouth, or she shows up differently at the ladies' lounge. So it almost seems like she's playing a role. I know people do behave differently, but I guess with different people. But to me, she just doesn't come off that genuine. She's not a fan favorite. I think it's time for her to go. I don't know what she's doing there for real.
When you say she showed up different with the ladies' household, because it seems like she seems the same, like her energy and her kind spirit still is the same. I think she's more relaxed and comfortable with the ladies, and maybe doesn't have a connection with the men, and that's why we don't get to see that side of her with them. Because I don't think that there's any kind of with Laverne for sure not, and Tori, hello, where'd you come from? Pop goes Louise, or like where'd that happen? So I don't think we get to really see her because she don't got no real connections. And like you said, she could go. Like I wouldn't really miss her if she was gone. Like for me, she has not provided any extra substance or anything for me to talk about. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I think I've only seen her on 2 dates. Like she was with Cornbread and she supposedly hit it off with him, or well, that's what she told him. And then when she got back, it wasn't really there. And then what with the date with Laverne? Those are like 4 or 5 episodes in between. But as far as her ex, as I said, I mean, because she was saying to her ex, like he's asking all the great questions that I want, and snapping her fingers and all that good stuff. You know, like she's talking to her good girlfriend. Her good girlfriend giving her the tea, and like I said, I don't even believe that's her ex. Who knows? I don't.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I know I'd have somebody on there that wasn't my ex. So y'all, if y'all ever see me on something and I'm talking about it's my ex, you better believe it's not.
And as far as with with Laverne, to me, she like tolerates Laverne because he shows some interest in her, but she's not feeling him like at all. I know she's not. I mean, just in what he talking about he don't want children, but he's gonna take his ginseng and he gotta check the bulge in his pants and all that. And Ace, you know, she trying to tolerate it, but she don't like Laverne. Who likes Laverne? You know,
nobody. Not the
when he opened his mouth.
I mean, nobody likes Laverne. It seems like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's on you, Wanda.
Yeah. Ace. I mean, she has that namaste, you know, energy, you know, vibe going on. Like she flows like water, but she doesn't stand out. I don't think that I have heard her say any, you know, make any definitive declarations about any of the men as far as her attraction or anything like that. But I think either at a ladies' lounge or at the pool party, she definitely stated, you know, the ladies, you know, they come on with the baddies and everything. So she was really clear on stating that the ladies look good. I don't think she's ever stated that the men look good. But
look at me.
That's one.
A little bit.
And so yeah, that she has a timid energy to her when she's in the ladies' lounge, and she has kind of a almost like a passive energy when she's on dates. On the date that she went on with Laverne, and you know, he was rubbing the lotion or whatnot on her hand. She's like, "Oh, you gonna do it like that, huh?" I mean, that was, like you said, that was a tolerative move. It wasn't a response of, "Oh, I desire you to do this. I'm interested in you doing this. I want you to touch me like this or rub my hand or whatnot." So, you know, when her ex was asking the questions, you know, I would think that if you were serious about someone, that you would actually have taken the initiative to ask some of the questions that the ex was asking a long time ago, if these were actually serious contenders. So for the ex to ask more pointed questions and get more, you know, information for her that she hasn't taken the initiative to get on her own from either of these guys, and that just kind of indicates to me that, you know, none of them are. She's not serious about either one of them. So yeah,
I would agree.
She'll be gone soon, you know, because she does not have connections with any of the other guys who are more intentional about making connections.
How many episodes are there? I don't even know. Is it 10 or is it 12? Because if it's 10, we're almost done. I can never remember how many episodes there's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know either. You know, they always throwing curveballs and all that. And Tommy haven't said that, you know, we're halfway through the process. He hasn't said that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe that's gonna be this next one, probably. Huh? Maybe.
Probably,
I don't think it's 16. I don't think we get that many. I'd be tired of these people. We're gonna talk about Sabrina and her madness that she got going on. Um, so we saw Sabrina separate with Demetrius, and then we saw her with Tori and with Donovan. I don't. I'm not a fan of Demetrius's. I'm not a fan of his. That's all I got for the Sabrina and Demetrius situation. I'm not a fan because I'm not really sure about who he is. I just saw somebody walking by and Lord, it's my child. Like he must have went out the back to come around to the front and it made me nervous. I'm not too sure about him. And when they talked about when her ex said she needs to be included in the decisions, his face kind of said something to me. I don't know what it said yet, but next episode feel like it said a whole lot that I ain't gonna like. So it said something to me. But then when we saw Tori and Donovan, I think Donovan held his own, asked the right questions. You can tell that they have been talking and had a connection. And Tori just sitting there and was like, I'm not threatened by anybody or whatever he said. And I'm saying, it is all over your face.
Stop the cap.
Stop. Yeah, just be honest about your feelings are hurt from Truth or Dare. She broke your little heart. And like Mona said, he do have crazy in his eyes. Like he gonna be the one stalking you in the bushes, jumping out, talking about why you here. I thought you said you was going somewhere else. Your location said that you was at 7-Eleven, but you told me you was going to Kroger's. Like, something about him for me feels very much so obsessive. Very much so obsessive, and obsessive is very scary to me from experience. It's very scary. You need a restraining order. You know, I'm from the hood, so I might have to hurt you. Like, very obsessive. Imagine somebody driving down my street saying, "Oh, your grass looks nice. I ain't talked to you in years. You talk about you passing by my house, and I live on a cul-de-sac." I had to say, Esther lives with me. Who is Esther? My 9mm. That's who lives with me. Esther. I had to say that because obsession is a very scary thing, and he gives that to me. So, fellas, what y'all say? What you say? What say you? That's what I want to say about Demetrius, Donovan, and Tori.
Okay, well, who would I start with? Let's say, well, I don't trust anybody with no eyebrows. Demetrius is missing eyebrows, so I mean, question, you're gonna put time into your suit, your beard is right, but you're gonna walk around with no eyebrows, so he's not to be trusted anyway. But well, you know what he's leading to when he's saying Sabrina wants to be involved in decision making. We see in the next episode he believes in submission, and his definition of submission is probably I'm the man, I say what goes and you follow, and that's it. And that's where that's our partnership. So yeah, it's definitely coming with Demetrius, but I guess, you know, because I'm not a woman, I question a whole lot of the attraction, or I'm like, what are these ladies seeing in this guy? They loving Demetrius, and, you know, maybe I'm thinking I can only guess and say, oh, it's the looks, because he hasn't given anything of himself to say like, oh, this guy's very interesting. He's funny. He has a lot of personality. He seems intellectual. I didn't see any of that, so I can't question that. And to me, with Tori, yeah, I'm confused about Tori. Maybe it's the looks department. They loving Tori. They're like, oh, he's such a good guy. But it's the guy who says he's old-fashioned with Sabrina, but he tells everybody he's the kidney smasher.
Right, he got a baby arm. Yes, yeah.
You know, that's not an old-fashioned guy that you could say that while you have a woman having a private conversation that you barely even know. So it's alarming, and to me, it's a reflection of what the women will accept. If it's okay, I didn't know that you could walk up to a woman and tell them you're the kidney smasher and it's acceptable. I didn't know that. But I'm learning a lot of things about these shows. I didn't know, like Phil, you can move women around without their permission, or like Elijah from Married at First Sight, you can cuss him out and he's just expressing himself. There's a whole lot of things going on.
Well, I don't agree with any of that. So over here, listen, over here, we on the same page with all of that. All of that is nonsense. And I'm a woman. I can't fight you, but I will. So no, none of that is okay. For me, none of that is okay. None of it is okay. So
And as
And
far
I
as
think most of the
Donovan,
people that watch, none of it is okay. Most of them. I'm going to say 90% of the women that follow me that are ray of sunshines, 90%. There's 10% that is okay with all these shenanigans that's happening. 90% of them are not okay with it. So I don't know. And I'm going to just say this. I always tell people, what does he look like? Imagine what he looks like without his beard. If he's not attractive, both you fellas have beards. So if I can imagine you without your beard and you're not attractive, you're not attractive to me. And Demetrius, I cannot unsee it, and I can never remember her name when I need to, but she said he looks like Funky Dineva. And if you guys know who Funky Dineva is, he looks like Funky Dineva. The end. He really does. If he shaves that off, they could be brothers. They'll be like almost twin brothers. Okay.
oh, I didn't touch Donovan yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry.
Donovan, the women are loving Donovan. I think Donovan gives great interview answers. I haven't seen the depth. I know we're using snippets and we're going by 6 3-minute interviews or dinners or whatever, but I still haven't seen, what they're so all about. They're like, oh, Donovan's so on point, and he's just he's all this. I don't see it. I don't see it, but hey, I'm done with that.
Yeah, Donovan gives he gives good face. He gives good presentation. And I don't know the brother beyond what we see on the screen there, but he was taken out by a couple of women, and in both of those situations, it seemed like he was the one who would have been selected. So I think that speaks well to how he presents himself, his demeanor, his aura, and his presence. And only the ladies know if there's anything of depth and substance beyond that. I just don't know that at this point. But when we compare him to a Tory, there's no comparison. There's no competition. Tory is a hurt puppy, and Donovan is, he's the alpha dog, so he's Butch, he's Spike, the bulldog. He just has that presence, and Tory is like a chihuahua. When it comes to Demetrius, Demetrius's structure in his presentation, even when he was going after Sabrina at the pool house or whatnot, it didn't seem as direct and purposeful and intentional. And if that was him putting forth his best foot, as compared to Donovan, who doesn't even really seem like he needs to put his best foot forward, he just steps into space and gets the attention. So I think that Demetrius would have an uphill climb with Sabrina, because Sabrina is stating and demonstrating how much she likes Donovan, and her ex, saw that clearly to the point where he said it would be a blowout. So yeah, that's how I see that. Yeah, Tori's a whooped a whooped puppy, but yeah. So
do y'all think that Sabrina is this season's Kyra with her selections and not making a decision? Like, for me, she shouldn't even be dating Tori anymore. He already is showing that he isn't going to be able to handle any conflict well, and so that's an issue. But again, like I said, he's got stalker vibes. So I feel like that and then Donovan came in and she likes Donovan. I don't know why she likes Demetrius. I don't even know why she likes Donovan, but I don't know nothing about these people. Every time I watch the show, and sometimes that's why it takes me so long, is because I look and I say, I can't even formulate an opinion because I don't know nothing about these people. I'm not seeing much.
Well, the information that we have, I'm going to say, I don't know if Sabrina is Kyra, but I do know that she's playing the game. Tori is her backup plan, or someone she can hold, the ace in the hole, to say, I can stay here. But what we do know is Sabrina is recently divorced from a 10-year marriage, and she's been out maybe 5 months.
5 months.
Everybody has their process, and they say, well, you kind of separate your emotions, from a time, because people's divorces take a couple of years in some cases. However, I still don't believe that she's ready to go into a serious relationship 5 months out of a 10-year marriage.
When I hear her say 5 months, I'm thinking 5 months divorced, right? Okay. And then, like you said, like they've been processing it for a year, like they have been at least separated sometimes. For me, in my mind, I'm hearing 5 months divorce, but not 5 months away from him. Like they wouldn't be divorced that fast. Divorce, like you said, 10 years, too many assets to divide between the two of them. But again, it's all speculation on my end. Hopefully when the reunion comes, they give us some real information, but they never do. They never, ever, ever do. Wendell, it's on you.
Sabrina strikes me as ready to date, not necessarily ready to love. She's ready to get out there and experience what she has been deprived of for the past 10 plus years due to her marriage, separation, and divorce. So I don't see her as ready to get into anything serious right now. So with Demetrius, she was happy to have someone express interest in her. It wasn't necessarily that she chose him or she wanted him, but she liked getting the attention. Tori was never a serious contender as well. He is like, her in case of emergency break glass guy. And I think that he would have willingly stepped into that role. He would be her gay best friend to go out with. And then Donovan comes in with the energy that she actually is attracted to and would want to have in someone in her life. Maybe he's the opposite of what her ex-husband was. Maybe he represents something to her that she realizes now that she likes and desires and is attracted to, but not necessarily. But I don't think that even if they were to choose each other, that it would be anything, lasting or substantive. I think it would be a dating type of situation for the foreseeable future until something happens and now she doesn't like him anymore. That's the vibe that I get from her. Whether that's Kyra-esque, she's playing the game. She's going to try to make it to the end. She's looking at these three guys, these two guys that she has to pick between, and she's going to try to coax that all the way she's going to ride that puppy until the wheels fall off, and hopefully, for her, it's going to be at the end of the show. But yeah, ready to date, but not ready to love.
Yeah, I can see all of that. I totally can see all of that. Sabrina's gonna make it to the end because she has choices. That's all I mean is when I think about Kyra. She has choices, and when you have choices, as they get booted off, you still have more choices. These people who only have one choice,
yep,
are kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah, stacking the deck.
This is hilarious. Sabrina is playing Marry, Fuck, Kill. I got it mixed up. Zakia did she wasn't before, but that was Carmen. So let's talk about Carmen. Zakia's ex-boyfriend was young and fine, but it was Carmen and Marcus whose turn that I skipped over. A lot of people found Marcus attractive. I did not. I mean, I could see where they could find him attractive, but I did not. And there was, who was it? Was it Paul and Donovan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I thought about, because I always think that Carmen leads with her sexuality, right? That's what she puts out there. And the one thing I want to see is what else she has to offer. We know that she's a businesswoman, etc. But I want to see what else you have to offer than your physicality. because that is the thing that she says when she goes on dates. When she went on a date with Paul, I put this on so that he could look at me. You know, it's look at me, admire me, desire me, sexually, physically. But I want to know what she has depth-wise. But one thing I noticed was that when they were walking up, Marcus was showing up leading her with his hand. His hand was on the top, and he was guiding her as if they had a relationship that maybe you know, it's more of like a situationship or friends with benefits, like they still could potentially have some type of connection. I don't really remember much about Paul and Donovan during the date, so hopefully you do. I would have to look at my notes while you guys are talking, or maybe you will jog my memory, because I'd be bored. I'd be bored when Carmen come on the screen, because it's always the same thing for me.
Well, as far as the date, to me, Donovan Kane, he's coming off like Phil of last season. Why I say Phil can walk into a room with all the friends and family. He can charm everyone. May not be much there, but everyone approves of Donovan. And even her father did. When she to the guys. Her father said, hey, that's the guy for you.
I can't.
And what you can't do? That wasn't her father?
I ain't doing this with you, J-Dub. I ain't doing it. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Carmen's ex-uncle or whatever. Yeah, that was very telling. Them walking up hand in hand. They're very familiar. They're very comfortable. And to me, something is still there. You wouldn't come with your ex like that if nothing was there. They're still dealing in some type of inappropriate way, according to this show. And I was shocked. I'm like the toughest guy on PO. I'm so hard on him all the time, but I didn't agree with her uncle calling him soft. I didn't get that. I don't get that from PO. I call him a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things, but soft is not one of them. Agreed.
Yeah, outspoken, awkward, weird at times, quirky, but not soft. And I was shocked by that. I'm thinking like he has something against PO. And again, Donovan wins again. Everyone loves Donovan. You sit him down in front of anybody, they're gonna say, choose that guy. That's the winner right there. So Donovan actually, as for the men, he's got the ladies on their line. And Carmen, she's a man eater. She's a vixen. She exudes sexual energy. Yes. I don't know if she really backs it up, but that's what she's leading with. And she was even doing it with her. She was doing it in front of her father when she was messing with her bra and all that right in front of him. And she was telling me, this is for you. She said that. So
yeah. Asking them how they look.
Yeah. I like that. You called it out. Definitely vixen, siren, definitely all of those things. I didn't mean to cut you off, Wendell, because it's on you.
Uncle Phil. Her silver fox ex-boyfriend, who is still her friend, and from what I would surmise is still involved in her world and in her life to some extent. Professionally, possibly. He may be her go-to whenever she needs someone to go to an event with, so she's not showing up as the single CEO boss chick, who is without a partner, so he may be that guy for her. I actually kind of got the feeling that he was throwing some salt. He was throwing some shade at Paul as well. I think that he would look at Paul and see his replacement. And so he still wants to have a place in Carmen's life. So instead of giving her the real about who would actually be the better fit for her, he was making a statement in order to kind of preserve his position in her world. So that's what I got from him on that. Donovan is he's the charmer. He has the persona. He has the stage presence and whatnot. It's easy to like him, but I have not seen Donovan state with any degree of certainty or fervor what his intentions are in the process. Paul says it to everybody. I'm here to find my queen and shower her with my love.
To sit and watch TV. He wants to sit down. He wants a queen, a wife, so he can sit down on TV and sit down on the couch and watch TV at home. He don't want to go nowhere. He don't want to do nothing. So if they want somebody that wants to stay at home because he didn't live his life already, then Paul's the guy.
So Talisa, you saying that wasn't Carmen's father? The man said, if
that was her father, the show was nasty and creepish, and somebody needed to call CPS when she was younger. The way she was looking at him and rubbing on her breast and holding his hands. Okay, this is not for you. I would be saying that to my dad. Oh, but maybe that's her zaddy. You might not her father, but her zaddy.
Oh. Well, wasn't his question on what intentions do you have with my daughter? Well, he said, what intentions do you have? He said, what intentions do you have? That's your father.
Yeah, your father.
That's the father question.
Yeah, exactly. That's it right there.
Brother, son. That is, you are exactly right. That is what we would ask. That's what they would ask.
That's right. Take him out to the gun range in the backyard and be like, "You trying to take my daughter to the Mosey?"
You're absolutely right, Jada.
Yeah, and P.O. gave the son-in-law answer. My girlfriend, my fiance, my wife. Are you serious about my daughter, young man? And y'all can move forward.
Cannot. But that is, you are absolutely right. That is exactly how that transaction went. Because that's really what that was. So here we are at the end. Thank God.
What about Paul and I don't know if it was
Tina.
Tori or not.
Tina.
Tina.
Except for I think that she's beautiful in her clothes and earrings. I want to know where she shops. For the most part, most of the things I've liked. It was Paul. You're absolutely right. Paul.
And Demetrius.
And her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, her high school boyfriend, because that's who he was, ex-boyfriend, because the one before this was the baby daddy who she hadn't seen in years because the baby is 2 or 3 or whatever. So it's not him. And they had said something about high school. So he threw her under the bus, like ran her over. He threw her under the bus. Probably
he backed up over her too.
Yeah, because listen, how he she ghosted and she didn't talk to me or whatever. It just felt their relationship was high school-ish and she didn't know how to handle whatever. But it was definitely thrown. Demetrius don't like her no more. You can see he don't like her no more, though she might be the better fit for submissive. Subservient is the word that he would want to use for him. Paul was shocked about how young the ex was. She said she liked older men, but that's because never mind. Y'all go ahead.
Well, like you said, P.O. was shocked. He thought that, I guess an older gentleman, like somebody like Carmen's father, would show up to the date for her. He just knew that. He was shocked. He was like, this guy looks young. Guy looks younger than her. So, I mean, what's going on? She told me, Tina was running game with P.O. She was just trying to bring him in. I don't believe she likes older men. And I don't believe that she's 31 either, if I could say that too. So
you can. She's probably about 35, 36.
Yeah, because I mean, it was talking about doing the math. They was in high school in 03. They said 03, 04, something around those numbers. So you put 16 or 18 plus now, we talking in your early 40s. So I don't know. We got some math. We got some math issues.
Math ain't mathing.
Yeah, it ain't something going on. So, but we really learned that actually Tina is the red flag. Because, like you said, he threw her under the bus, rolled over, backed up, rolled over, and we learned that she's violent. Let's say this, because if we learn that about a gentleman, they were oh no, you punching holes through drywall and you throwing and breaking phones. Come on now, Tina is the red flag.
Very toxic.
Yeah. No, she has no more suitors. It's done. There's nobody who's interested in her. Demetrius was done. P.O. was like, okay, check. He was gone.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
done.
Right. Yeah. This was the bridge burner for her.
Yeah.
It was absolutely. I would agree. Nobody. She's probably gonna go next for the men. Ace is still gonna hang in there. I'm sorry to tell you that. Jada, if you
double elimination, that's what we need.
Yeah, about to say, and unless someone self-eliminates.
Yeah, because Erica's already gone. We can do a double elimination.
You can do a double elimination.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, get it going.
What's your thoughts, Wendell?
Yeah, you know, I would echo the same sentiments. You know, she is she wants to be wanted. She wants to be chosen. I don't think that she wants to love. She wants to have someone pursue her. And I think that there's a degree of validation that she is wanting and needing after her baby daddy, and that toxic relationship that she said she just got out of. I think that there's some hurt there that is yet unresolved. And even when you know, her ex was telling the story about how she, you know, broke his phone and how she will ghost you and she will not talk to you for weeks. All of that that's childish, that's petty, that screams of unhealed, unresolved issues. And when she, in her interview, said, you know, listen, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. She was justifying her behavior, rather than owning the fact that she did engage in destructive behavior with him, whether or not she felt like she had a valid reason to or not. If you are truly grown and healed, then you can be accountable and say, yes, I did this, without saying, but this is why I did it. You know, that screams of some immaturity that's still there. But she's here saying that she wants an older guy, but she's bringing up all these young dudes who she's has in her past. So I don't think it's that she is attracted to older men. Is that she's not attracted to what she has experienced, and she's hoping that an older man would provide her something different, that maybe his maturity and stability would be enough to offset some of her imbalance. That's what I get from her.
I can totally see that. And when we talk about her toxic behavior and she talks about her daughter's father, she is not talking about what she contributed to that toxicity and that chaotic relationship that she had. Based on what he's saying, the ex, who could be a little bitter, but there's some truth in what he's saying. Maybe not all of it, but there is some truth in it. She did have some contribution to how that relationship ended up. And that's really what we want to take away, like you said, is the accountability, the self-awareness, being able to heal and move forward, do the work. That's for you, J-Dub. Do the work and move forward. So here we are. I think that this was the best part of the show. So we know that Laverne and Tori, because I'm messy when I'm watching these shows. This is my time to be messy. Y'all don't judge me because my life is not messy. But in real life, I enjoy watching someone else ruin their life if that's what they want. That's what they want to do. It's just not me. If they want some help, they can give me a call, come to my website, do a consultation for free or whatever, and we can talk about it. But until then, I'm going to laugh and watch. So we watching Tori and Laverne, okay? Tori is Tori. They talked about how the Truth or Dare was to his demise and that he's really not showing up, okay? That's great, but you're still ready to love. We think he can go forward. Okay, that's great, Tori. But then we get to Laverne, who comes in with all the heavy energy, all the negative, I don't know, just the world hates me energy, and I'm going to show you because I don't trust you. I'm going to go off of what someone else said versus what I know about you and the relationship that we have as friends. I felt like he came in very rude, very disrespectful. Oh no, we're not hugging. We're going to dap. Like, sir, that's not what you've been doing. What you're showing is the fact that you are very much immature and shallow and superficial, the way we thought you were the entire season. And not only that, one of the things that I grabbed out of there is the fact that he was like, well, talk to your homegirl. Precious is the one that told. right? So Precious is running her mouth because Precious also told, since she's been eliminated, she got her feelings hurt. She butt hurt. So she called us Sabrina, told us, Sabrina, well, I kissed Tori. And not only did I kiss Tori, but I'm going to call Laverne and I'm going to tell Laverne that Sabrina and Tina and I think Zakia has a vendetta against you and they want you out. You know, she still wants to be relevant, but he's not mature enough to handle what has to be said. You know what the show is about. You thought you were going to make it to the end because you have a God complex. And you're not. You didn't. And I don't know how I feel about, I feel like Sabrina handled herself as best as she could by walking out, but I don't know. Let me process how I feel about it or look at what I said on my notes because the show was on Friday and today, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's on y'all.
Well, I'll start with the less dramatic couple or the ending. With Auntie the Kid just was about
Auntie, really? Auntie?
Yeah, 39 plus 15. Auntie the Kid. Not saying she's not a beautiful woman or anything of that nature. It's just that I can't believe that she's 39. That's just me. And I
don't believe it either. Don't worry, I don't believe it. I feel like she's at least 45.
There you go.
At least be my age.
At least.
At minimum.
So we on the same page. I thought that Auntie the Kid was the wrong person to sit down with a date with Tori. She just reported Eric for sexual harassment. So you're gonna sit her down with the kidney smasher, and we can see Tori is out of touch. We can just go right to the end where she let him know he was ready to love. And he snatched her up all like right behind her back. I mean, I thought the hug was a little rough. We know Tori is not aware of what he says and what he does. So I thought it was a minor fail, but she didn't take offense. She actually is now attracted to the kidney.
I was going to say that. Yes, say it. Say it.
Yeah, we don't believe that. That's her, that's the only option she has left pretty much.
She need a backup plan.
So yeah, she got to grab Tori. So we'll go with Laverne. What I had trouble with this. I wish Sabrina would have argued with him so much. You could see what type of energy and level he was on. I just wish she would have backed up. When they have a old saying, a wise man said, "Don't argue with fools," because people from a distance can't tell who is who. So she took that exchange and she didn't have to say it. She didn't have to engage in that manner. You can see that you can't get through to Laverne. He's going to shut you down. He's so defensive. He's not opening to hear anything because he knows everything. And he's the first man at age 44 who has been dating for 44 years.
44 years.
With me, he has zero credibility. Whether Precious told him that or not, I don't even know. I don't even care. I wanted him gone a long time ago because he almost act like the people forced him to be on the show. He's so distrusting. He's not open. He's angry. He's bitter. It's okay. Guess what? If he really did find that plot out, it's real. Have some grace. Have some class. You can say, okay, I prefer not to hug. There are some things that I believe or whatever. I'm not ready to love. Okay, thank you. I'm gone.
That's a sign of maturity, though. That's a sign of maturity and self-awareness, though, Jada. I mean, we know he don't have none of that.
Yeah, he talking about he going to leave with his dog, and he's never. Hold up, but this is what I'm from. He said he never dated, but I heard that he was married before. So how could he say he never had a real relationship before?
He said that with Joy. That he had never. The secret is he's never dated. So maybe he had an arranged marriage. Was he married? Anybody know?
I heard somebody say that from like the Carmen date because he was doing a Me Too. Like, you got a daughter? Me too. You've been married? Me too. You work out 10 times a day? Me too. So yeah, I don't trust anything that Laverne has to say, even if it's true. So yeah, there we go. Married for 13 years. Exactly. So how can a person been married for 13 years, never had a real relationship? But he's been dating for 44 though. But okay, I'm done with him. I'm glad he's gone. See you later.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah. Zakia went into her date with Tori like she was going into the boardroom. You know, she just said, "I'm here to deliver some information, and hopefully he'll take the feedback." You know, you don't move from that type of energy to all of a sudden at the end of, you know, maybe a 30-minute dinner date to be like, "Oh, okay, you're looking kind of sexy." When just the you know, not even 5 minutes before that, she was you know, she was critiquing him and giving him you know what that is? That's growth. That's very parental. That's almost like she's speaking down to him. Yeah, very, very auntie. You done good, baby. You growing. You know, that's what it sounded like. So, you know, for her to even fix her mouth to say that I'm looking at you in a different light now, and now you're looking kind of sexy, I was like, stop the cap. Stop the cap. You ain't digging that dude. You do not feel anything towards him. I don't believe it. But you are assessing where you stand in the game, and your number one is gone, and your number two ain't choosing you. So you gotta kind of grasp at straws and find somebody else to try to attach to and foster a connection with. And he is so down and out that he would go along with it. So he's a dog that's been kicked too many times. So, you know, you deprive an animal of love and affection long enough, and he'll gravitate towards anything. You know, so Laverne, you remember how I said that he wasn't ready to love, he was ready to win?
Yeah.
He's a sore loser.
He's a sore loser.
That's all that screamed to me. So, you know, I'm going to take away any gratitude or any joy that you might get, your ability to gloat over your master plan of eliminating me. You know, I'm going to take that away from you by acting as though I don't care, when really he did, because he wanted to make it to the end. And even after he was, you know, eliminated and Sabrina left out after all of that back and forth and her disappointment in him, and the producers were saying, you know, if you're out, you're not going to be able to foster your relationship with Ace. And he was like, oh well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Which then that reinforces to me that he wasn't really into Ace. He needed someone to make it to the end with. He was there to win. So that I'm not sad to see him go. You know, he definitely could have conducted himself with a lot more class. If he would have left out with more grace and dignity come the reunion time, he probably would actually have some options, you know, some opportunity to rehabilitate his image and revitalize some potential connections. But, you know, he made himself look very, very small.
I wonder if he's gonna be on there assholish on the finale. If he's gonna come in there assholish, or is he gonna come in very apologetic? I wonder. I'm leaning towards the assholish side.
Yeah.
Have you seen him apologetic yet?
No, but
nah.
Exactly.
He's braggadocious.
You see yourself on screen. Maybe this is the hopeful me. Maybe he'll see himself on screen and be like, oh shit, I'm an asshole. You know, sometimes you need to see it from other people's view.
Yeah, hope is not a strategy.
Okay.
So I don't see him taking that perspective. I see him doubling down, because he has the I'm right complex. I'm going to find a way to win and come out on top. And even if that means doubling down on a losing position, in his own mind, he's not giving any ground back. So he's going to say, I win, even if no one else agrees with him. That's the feeling, the gut instinct that I get about him.
Oh, so Jessica said he watched the interview. He apologized. Now, Jessica, listen, I'm not gonna go watch no interview. I'm not gonna go watch they live. I'm not gonna go watch they interview. I only go and see what you say. If you send me photos or something, I just review the show and get on out of there. Y'all have to come tell me what they said and what they're doing, because I don't have no time to be watching all these interviews and reviews. I mean, and lives. I feel like if they want, I feel like the Ready Love needs to do an NDA or something while the show is going, that you should not be talking about the show, because I just feel like it's just so many things get to floating around, and I really don't care. Just show me what they got on the screen. Y'all know that's how I review, just only what's on the screen. And y'all come in and I'll be like, oh girl, that's what happened. Tell me some more, because I don't really care in real life. I don't care.
I don't even want to know. I'm with you, Talisa. I don't want to know about no interviews, lives, or anything. Yeah. I just want to get to the reunion after it's all over, and then maybe we can get some more information that we didn't get. Other than
at
that,
the reunion.
No.
Yeah, at the reunion, because I feel like all the lies are just really justification of what the behavior was or what was happening. And what you guys didn't see, well, you knew that they chop and screw all of this stuff up so it looks appealing for the messy people, okay, who don't have mess in their lives and like to look at yours, i.e. me. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, what y'all say? Who going home next? Because who is it? The ladies next? The chopping block?
The men have the power this week.
Okay. So for me, it's Tina. I think Tina's gonna go home because of her toxicity on that date, that they're gonna push that, because Ace doesn't have any issues with anybody, and she has one connection with Tori supposedly. So maybe he's gonna try to keep her around, and so is Zakia. I mean, you know, Tori, and you know, so I feel like he's gonna try to keep them. So I feel like Tina is leaving. She's next to go. Tina, whatever her name is, she leaving.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Ace and Tina, you know, those should be a double elimination. You know, Eric's already gone. Let's throw a curveball, like Tommy say.
Even it back up, because we're looking for quality over quantity. So a double elimination would be quite apropos.
I would like to see someone else come and be the host, honestly. I don't want to take money out of his pocket, though. So there's that. But I would like to see someone other than Tommy. And I don't want it to be his wife, because she didn't do a great job. Like, they can call me. I'm for hire. They can call me.
Yeah, I would like to see somebody, and especially because I was called an ageist in the comments, Granddaddy Tommy. Granddaddy Tommy out of there, and
well, that means I'm a grandmother. I'm the same age, I think, as Tommy. Shame on you, but you know what? I'm all right. I'm fine.
I don't know. I don't even know who the same age as Tommy.
I think I am.
No, Tommy. He's 50. No, Tommy is 55. You know, he told the ladies this looks good for 55. You know, like so. Yeah, unless you're 55, Talisa, I don't think so.
But exactly. 55, I'm still gonna be fine. I'm gonna be like, I'm 55 and be proud of it. I'm gonna be talking about, what'd you say? You call me Granny? Grandmama, I'm not a sugar mama, but you know. Listen.
Well, in sense that, you know, they do the separate ladies and fellas lounge, I would like to see a lady handle the ladies and a guy handle the guys.
That would be nice. They could call
and the woman who did the reunion show when Tommy had COVID.
Tanika Ray,
yeah. At least we got the Ray part right. So, but she might be good.
No, I don't want to see her.
No,
me either. Tanika's Ray is good to look at, but she kind of comes off as another cast member, but on a higher level.
And I met her in person on a head to toe show that I did. It was called Head to Toe Makeover Show. Me and my mom, and she's a lot. She's a lot, and maybe she's changed, but she was very pretentious to me at the time. Wasn't very friendly, you know. So I would say my vote would be no.
So it's personal.
It's personal. Yes, it is. Okay. But she was cool, but it's just my thought process of her. You know, it's just, it wasn't like I was interacting with her. It was just how she was like moving around with the producers. And, you know, I didn't like the energy that she brought. And maybe she has changed. We didn't have much interaction with her, except for when she asked us a couple of questions. It wasn't much, but I don't have anything against her personally. It's just her energy. She ain't never do nothing to me, but, you know, I would say still no to Tanika Ray.
Well, I'm sure she's changed. She's bigger now, so she's gonna be worse.
I mean, I was gonna say maybe she got better. Maybe she got some people that's checking her. Because she was on E for a while. She was with Mario. She was on E. I don't know Mario's last name, but y'all know Mario from Saved by the Bell. Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be nice to have a woman talking to the women, but a woman that's gonna be honest with them about the stuff that they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. It's just gonna be timely. They'll just keep giving timing.
I'm about to say I don't watch enough of these shows to know if such a person would present themselves and be that type of unbiased voice. So yeah, I think Tommy just needs to keep his job.
He's gonna keep his job. They could let me do it. I know how to be unbiased. It's just my review. They could pay me. Hello, y'all watching? Okay. In the cast that come back and watch and be having stuff to say when they come in my DMs, do me a favor and just tell Will Packer to give me a holler.
Come on, Rattler. Come on, Will. Talk to me.
Keisha asked me if I do put a ring on it. I always start off doing put a ring on it and then I stop halfway through. I think last year I did it all the way through. I'll try it again. It comes back this Friday, but listen, that's too many things for me to review. I'm already struggling with my reviews. Y'all got any final words? Anything you want to say before? Because I done kept y'all now almost 2 hours. That's my mark, is about 2 hours.
As far as the show, or are we doing closing?
Anything, whatever you want to do, it's on you. You could close it. You can give your last opinions. You can do all of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thankful that you brought me on. I mean, we've done this a few times, and I always enjoy myself, and especially with this show because I'm from the DMV, so I kind of take it personally. So I do have an issue with Tommy telling people there are millions of sexy singles in Potomac when Potomac is a population of 45,000, but and none of the locations or dates or anything are in Potomac. This is really Ready to Love DC, the B team, aka the Rejects. But I enjoy this show. I love seeing the places that I'm familiar with, and Ready to Love is one of my favorite shows. So I would say for anyone who's interested in my commentary, please check me out at It's J Dub. I'm a slow growing new YouTube channel, and my motto is say what you say. And I'm just I'm here, and I have a lot to say. And this is my channel is the place you come to say whatever you need. If you want to say your ageist comments, or you want to talk about people's ears and no eyebrows, whatever you want to say is welcome. It's zero judgment. And as the #1 YouTube commenter, I appreciate all the comments you have on my channel. So,
well, as the resident newbie who does not have a YouTube channel or anything like that, I'll just say, Talisa, thank you for having me on. This was fun. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to doing it again, and we'll see. Maybe I'll start up a YouTube channel.
Maybe you should.
Have some of that conversation.
Maybe you should. All the conversations, any of the
all
conversations.
of that.
Yeah, Wendell, excuse me. I'm no expert, but I'm gonna tell you, you got it. You got it. You will definitely go far. Talisa and other YouTubers have helped me along the way, and they push me to do it because I'm always in the comments saying I might as well have my own channel, but you definitely should do it because without notes, you could have did the whole show on your own. So
on your own,
definitely just jump out there and try it and just get on it.
I've been doing it for a long
have a lot
time.
of success.
I still got notes. You talking about no stuff that I be like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like I literally lose it after the show is off. If I don't review like maybe 24 hours, I'm really having to look at my notes. So yeah, I'm with J-Dub. You should definitely get you a channel, slide up in my DMs and I'll help you out. All
right, I can do that. I can absolutely do that.
So listen, I would have been mad at J-Dub if he didn't show up. He know that. If I seen him in the comments and he didn't say he wasn't able to make it, or I'm going somewhere, I'm driving, I would have probably had been in my feelings and been like, oh, and the next time be like, oh, so now you want to show up. So I'm always grateful. I thank you for always sharing your insight. I love male points of views because I'm a woman and that's the main one that I know. So when fellas come on and they decide we're going to share and be open and honest, regardless, except for respectful. We had that one time where things got a little to the left, but it came back to the right. That's all I ask on my channel. You guys can say whatever you want because I say whatever I want. And Window, you're always welcome. Anytime I go live, you're welcome to come in and provide your opinion. The ladies seem to love your grown commentary. So you should really consider, really, like, all BS aside, maybe doing you a YouTube channel, you know, maybe read some books. I don't know what you're gonna do. You just sit there and whistle or something. It's a look at Jada saying no. It's a multitude of things that you can do on YouTube, and it's enough room for all.
Just my advice when I'm a new YouTuber, just jump in there. You already got to start as a learn as you go type of situation, and you watch other successful people and you grow from there. Especially when the people see the type of content that you have, they're going to support it, and that's going to help you grow. That's the only reason my channel has grown so much. I created a segment called The Greats, the handful of few YouTubers that I respect and that I comment a lot on their channels, and I take something from all of them. And I've grown in such a short time, let's say under a year. So
definitely way under a year. I don't know what he's talking about. He's actually exponentially grown, and I'm really proud of you. Y'all subscribe to his channel. When Window comes, get him a channel. Subscribe to their channel. You know how I do. If you have a channel, you can drop it down below in the comments or in the chat so that people can support you as well. I don't mind. And here's the thing. If you have a channel and you're in the chat and you are not coming on here live, I may not have a whole bunch of people, but the people that I have, if I ask them to subscribe, 9 times out of 10 they will, because they trust my opinion. So definitely next time I'm live, whenever that's gonna be, you know, I don't know. Get out here, put yourself on. You ain't got to be all made up. If you want me to come on here with my hat and no lashes and stuff, you know, I do that too. So I mean, it's no big deal. Know that I love you in real life, and I want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next live review. Something. Jada, don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. I got something. I want to say something.
All right. I'm going to hold on.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
All the rays of sunshine. All right.